Welcome back. Hope we weren't too far away because we were just in the middle of looking at Fish Island's tops. Tim, if you want to get it back up again. So we had a look at that beautiful.
Look, I'll give you this one to hold up.
I wanted to get a feel of that because this is beautiful. Where did you get this made?
So this one here was made from Brick Lane.
Okay.
So there's a shop there called Weird Meyer. So they would produce it, and it's a bespoke kit, and it's very easy to do. It just takes a bit of creativity.
Do you gents want to get a feel of this? Because this is quite nice. It's made in Brick Lane, but I hope you don't mind me saying, Tim, but I'm looking at, not a fish, I'm looking at a shark there, and yet your Aussie accent is making me think Finding Nemo. Bruce, g'day, mate. Yeah?
G'day, mate. Well, we do have a lot of sharks in Australia as well, so it fits right in.
Fish are friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope your lyrics aren't fish are friends, not food. Okay, and you've got another one here now.
Yes.
This is...
So look, I thought I'd show you this is our away kit. So it's last year's sponsor of Truman's. They sort of started us off and got us actually up and running.
Brilliant.
And yeah, as you can see, we've got the fish scale design as well.
Brilliant.
And we've got the coloured logo. So.
And again, I want that. Where did you get this made?
So this one was our first idea, and we had this bespokely made from China actually. So it's definitely different in terms of how this one was made, and this one was piece by piece and sewn together.
Do you know what? You can actually get a feel of the Chinese uniqueness. Now, that is day and night difference feeling from the one that you've had in Brick Lane. Because
definitely.
I'll tell you what.
That looks like the FIFA logo. Right?
It does a little bit.
Fish Island football. No, it's got a marvellous feel to it. I mean, perspiration-wise.
It does. It keeps us cool. Being fish, we you know, we don't want to get too wet on the behind the gills on the pitch. So this keeps us nice and dry.
Marvellous. Well, thank you for bringing them along, and I think there should be a big thank you to your sponsors as well for getting them aside.
Definitely.
Nice kits. Well, I mean, like we always say, it's always a breath of fresh air to have someone new. You've shown us two marvellous kits. I probably now need to get into the football for you now. So, last year you guys played in a different league. You've come across to us this year. Tell us what you think so far.
That's right. So we're a very sort of new team. It's our second year. We've got recommended to come across, and we're glad we did. We find your league is really friendly, and that's what we're really looking for, I suppose, in how we're going to pursue and promote our team. We wanted to play teams that looked at sportsmanship as opposed to just competition, and we really wanted to promote that sort of community vibe. But in terms of gameplay, there's some fantastic teams in second division, and so far we've had four games, 4 losses. And it may look worse than it actually is. We've had some injury issues. We've had our goalkeeper actually break his leg just before the season. So at the moment we're almost, as we'll do the cup draw later, picking names out of a hat.
Well, let me just remind everyone of the results of the first division. Just before the break, we went over these results. I'll bring them back up on the screen for you. Walthamstow Red Star, they're top of the table, and they beat Tim's Fish Island 5-0. Western Reserves beat PYO 7-3. Redcoat winning 9-2 against Arsenal. AMY beating St Catherine's, and Tower Hamlets beating Riverside 5-3. And so the table looked like this. Walthamstow Red Star, shall I say, sitting quite pretty in the top, 4 points clear with a cushion against AMY. Tim, having played Walthamstow Red Star, they're certainly making their mark. I mean, how would you rate them having played against them?
Definitely, and it's possession. You'll see them play, and they're playing triangles and diamonds all the time. The player with the ball's always got an option to pass to, but not only one option, but 2. Even if you find when you tackle them, they've always got someone to back up. And in the end, we played first half and almost didn't concede. And it was the fact that we were chasing the whole entire game, them having possession. When we started conceding, we're just running out of legs. You know, so definitely, and the added benefit of a striker. They had the ability to put it away when it counted. By memory, they had a fantastic free kick as well. So they've definitely got playmakers, and you know, it's something for us to improve on. We've got a decent midfield, and we just really need to improve on our striking ability, and I think our defence. So it's
well, I mean, I have to say the fixtures weren't in your favour, and you have played pretty much the top 4. So
that's right.
things can only look better. So best of luck for the rest of the season. I will be coming on to your fixtures shortly. Shax, I need to speak to you, Mr. Pundit, because you were there this weekend. I wasn't. So tell us a bit about what happened in the first division. I mean, the second division only. So I believe the games against. You were there for which one? You were there for AMY St Catherine's game, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
And so AMY winning that 4-3. AMY were here last week. What do you think of them?
No, it was a really a good game. Goals, lot of goals. Battling in the middle, good battling going on, and the aerial, there was physics in there, physical battle there. So it was a really good game.
St Catherine's, I mean, they got relegated from the first division, so obviously they want to get themselves back up. So that must have been a real hamper for them.
Yeah, I mean, when they got relegated, I was a bit worried about them. I mean, how they're going to pick it up. So they invested in new players. They got the old boys back. It's not the youth that they had last year, because they had a lot of youth last year. Yeah. And they sort of wanted to experiment that. But I think now they've gone down. I don't think they wanted to experiment that. I think they want to come straight back up again. And I think
they look like a strong outfit then, aren't they?
Yeah, they look much better than last year. And I think they'll all get promoted.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, that's the Open Age out of the way for the moment. We're going to be talking about the upcoming fixtures for the Open Age later on. We need to talk about the Veterans League, and I've got these two gentlemen here who are ready to tell me all about FC Redbridge. However, let's look at the Premier Division first. I'm going to take you straight over to the screen. Up there, you are going to see the results last week from the Veterans Premier, Sonali Otit and ILF for Veterans Premier Division. And it looks like this. Bromley Legends had a stalemate against Tower Hamlets Vets, 1-1. Stepley Legends repeated that as well and had a stalemate with Aberhani, 1-1 there. London Tigers, I'm getting quite used to saying they've won again, 4-1 against last year's runners-up Saya. And at the bottom there, Beaumont Masters winning 3-0 against Weavers Vets. We will look at the table very shortly because first division results look like this. Bernardo Legends top a few weeks ago, but they could not beat second from bottom Riverside. That was 1-0. Well done, Riverside. Creeping up the table there, and Bernardo's dropping down. Revive Legends winning 3-0 against Beaumont Masters B. We had FC Redbridge winning 2-0 against Mostyn. And lastly, St Catherine's Vets dying to get back up there in the Premier Division. They won 4-0 against Shadwell Masters. Gentlemen, Mo, Afzal, welcome. 2-0 win against Mostyn. Things are looking good for Redbridge considering last year. So I'm going to start with you, Mo. I mean, how's the season been so far?
Well, this has been really good for us because last season was disastrous for us because we didn't do too well. But this year we've got together. Nanubai came together with us and got different types of players in, got the right ingredients, and we won our first 2 games. Yeah. Then we lost 3 in a row. Then now we've won 4 in a row. Now we're joint second with Bernardo Legends. And so it's been a really good season for us. So we're kind of really happy now. We've got a game straight after this program as well. So after this, we're going to have to get our football boots on and head down to Stepney to play the game.
Okay. Afzal, I mean, the team is now quite settled, aren't they?
Yes. Last season, I think we were just bringing players in newly, so we didn't know each other very well, so we didn't play with each other. So, you know, football is a bit about adaptation, you know, players together and, you know, keeping sort of like a core group of players together. We kept a few from last season, but this season we also got really good players as well, a few from Milton Keynes. Yeah. That has helped us sort of like the base of the team. And also consistency as well. I think you need to sort of like keep the same players around all the time as well. So we've got that, and we're just really gelling well together now, and we're just sort of like on it now. It's a shame we would have liked to have won it now, but I think St Catherine's a bit too high out.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the table. So the first division in the Vets, Sonali Otik ILFL and Summer League looks like this. St Catherine's are sitting there, 26 points and a 5-point cushion. Second place, Bernardo. I believe Bernardo lost 2 games in the trot and then a draw, so they lost weight. And so then FC Redbridge have managed to catch back up with those 4 wins on the trot. So, and then there's a 6-point cushion between you guys and Revive, who you're playing tonight, which we'll talk about shortly. And Beaumont B actually joint with Revive on 13 points. So anything can happen. And Riverside Vets not doing too badly, actually. They're on 10 points, even though they're, well, I mean, they're not in contention for the title. And then even the bottom 2, I mean, last year, you guys were sitting at the bottom, 0 points at this point in the season. But this year, we don't see anyone 0. The bottom 2 are joint 7. So, I mean, would you say that it's got stronger this year?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when last year was my first season in the Vets League, and I played in the open age football before, prior to that. Yeah. And thinking that, okay, I'm a bit older, but I thought to myself, well, it'll be a bit relaxed or a bit easier, but not at all. It's actually quite competitive, and as season goes on, it actually gets harder and harder because everyone wants to win. And
Yeah.
you know, it's a really, really competitive league, really. So yeah, no, much harder. And I think it's
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
continue.
I would say, are you in agreement with Afzal saying St Catherine's are the runaway promoted team here?
Well, they've got to lose 3 games, and then we've got to win all our games for us to catch them. So
And there's 6 games left.
and there's 6 games left. So on that, it's a long shot. Mathematically, it's possible, but they have to lose the game. If they lose in the game, we can win it. So it's really not in our hands. But we can aim for 2nd place and try and beat Bernardo Legends for us, and then that will set a benchmark for us for next season as well. So
I mean, well, depending on how we set up next year, second may also be promoted. So it's achievable. And I mean, where you're sitting in 3rd place right now, I mean, I actually probably have to say a big congratulations. Considering what Redbridge went through last year and what you guys have done this year, I mean, well done to that.
Thank you very much.
I need your opinions because you're the only vets remaining here for me because Nanu's disappeared. So I want to show the Premier Division tables. I read out the results earlier. This is how it looks. London Tigers sitting there at the top, 28 points, a 7-point cushion. And in 2nd place, Abahani gave him that 7-point cushion because they drew 1-1 with Stepney Legends. But they have a 4-point cushion from 3rd place, Beaumont, who's on 17. And then there's a further 4-point cushion for them with Stepney Legends. This division almost seems like it's summed up. And then we have the bottom 5. So Stepney on 13, then Bromley on 12, Sire on 10, Weavers on 6, and Tower Hamlets Vets on 3 points. Have you guys been seeing some of the Premier Division games? Because I'm wondering whether the quality's gone down and London Tigers are just storming it, or is it just really strong and Tigers have got stronger?
Well, we actually played London Tigers in one of the cup games and we lost 1-0. Yes, they were a shade, well, I shouldn't say shade, but they were, you know, you could see the difference in quality. Having said that, some of the other teams as well in that group, in that league as well, are quite good as well, and they are consistent. I haven't seen them sort of each team consistently, so I couldn't really say, you know, where they sort of like their downsides or their upsides are. But in terms of, if you're talking about the whole league, London Tigers, yes, they're sort of like we're elite, really. You know, when you see them play, the type of football they play, whereas the other teams, I think, because they could beat each other, I think that's where it's all like much more closer.
So, I mean, you're probably in agreement that Tigers are the runaway winners here.
London Tigers take it more seriously. I mean, I'm not knocking any of the other teams, but there's more banter between the other teams because a lot of them know each other from previous leagues and so forth. And whereas London Tigers is a well-oiled machine, which take every game seriously and so forth. So when we played them in the cup game, we were aiming, because they were dominating us, and we were aiming for penalties. But we made a little mistake at the end, and somehow they scored. And so we were like, you know, we had to, you know, hold our hands up and say, okay, they won the game fair and square.
Okay, well, that's the Premier Division summed up. I mean, tonight you guys are up against Revive, a team that's what position below you. You expecting 3 points and storm up the table?
Yeah, go on.
Well, I wouldn't say expecting, we've got to work hard for it. So one thing that we have sort of like been happy about is our defence. We try to lead from our defence target to keep a clean sheet, work hard and, you know, try and tire them out and try to at least get a goal. A 1-0 win, I'll be happy with. If we get more, brilliant. But I wouldn't say.
No, there shouldn't be an expectation and respect for the opposition. But gents, thank you for that insight to Resby. Don't go away because I want to keep one of you guys to do the cup draw with me. We got to go for a quick break. When we come back, we have the League Cup draw preliminary round. Thank you to Tim. He's going to do one of them, and one of these gentlemen will do the other team. We'll see you very shortly, and let's see who you get drawn with.